The stocks are on the rebound this morning after U.S. employers added 379,000 jobs in February, much more than analysts expected. But that's not cutting it for President Biden's chief of staff, Ron Klain. Klain writes on Twitter, at this pace, it would take until April 2023 to get back to where we were in February 2020. I want to bring in the Deputy Director of National Economic Council for more on this, Bharat Ramamurthy. Thank you so much for being here, Bharat. Why this comment from Klain? Is the administration worried that a good jobs report could lead people to think maybe we don't need a nearly $2 trillion relief package?
Well, number one, I think we are always happy to see a good jobs report and to see people getting back to work. That said, as what Ron Klain said in that tweet, we have to remember how big of a hole we're in right now. Even with today's good jobs number, we are 9.5 million jobs short of where we were pre-pandemic. And to put that in context, that's worse. That's a bigger shortage than at any point during the Great Recession, back in 2008 and 2009. So we are still in a massive hole. And even at this, the rate of the last month's jobs report, we would still take 2+ years to get back to where we need to be. And so what the American Rescue Plan does that's moving through Congress is that it speeds up that process significantly. According to Moody's, which is a Wall Street analyst firm, we would get us back next year to that full employment number, back to where we were pre-pandemic. And that means we avoid a lot of pain and heartache for American families who are suffering out there. And I want to just make one other point. You look under the hood of this jobs report and you see that there are still significant pockets of problems. So, for example, the unemployment rate for Black individuals went up this past month. You see that women continue to leave the labor force at a very high and alarming rate. And that's particularly the case for Black and Hispanic women. And so there are some significant problems in the economy still, and we need a big, bold, robust plan to solve those problems. And
we have seen throughout this pandemic, the rising tide is not necessarily lifting all boats here. So how soon, if this relief plan passes, how soon can households, individual people at home who are struggling, expect to see an impact directly to them? And how soon before we see an overall impact on the economy?
Sure. So the good news is that if this bill passes, and hopefully it will happen in the days and weeks ahead, within a couple weeks of that, you will start to see those checks go out, the economic impact payments, the stimulus checks, whatever you want to call them. Families should start receiving them within a couple of weeks of the passage of the bill. And so that's going to provide a lot of support for families in need right away. Some of the other elements of the bill may take slightly longer to get out and to start helping people. So, for example, there's an expansion of the child tax credit, which is going to provide $3,600 per kid under the age of 6 and $3,000 per kid over the age of between 6 and 18. It's going to be very helpful to families with younger children. We should start seeing that money going out, in the months ahead. And so, as I said before, based on an independent analysis by Moody's, we would expect to see a recovery of about 7 million of those 9.5 million jobs we're short by the end of the year, and then get us back to the pre-pandemic levels at some point during the year next year.
Now, several programs are set to expire soon, including the moratorium on evictions. How does the administration plan to address that?
Well, we are working right now and taking a close look at the eviction moratorium. It's pretty clear that there's still going to be need in the marketplace following the end of the month when it's set to expire. That's part of the reason why the American Rescue Plan includes tens of billions of dollars for rental assistance. In other words, to make sure that, especially lower income renters who may be behind on their rent get some money that will allow them to stay in their home, and at the same time make sure that they're keeping up with their payments to their landlords. But as you noted, there's just deep pain in the economy still. It's not just the nearly 7 million people behind on their rent. It's the fact that, according to recent data, 1 in 7 families is experiencing hunger right now. When you see lines at food banks across the country, something that we haven't seen in this country for a long time, there is even as the top line numbers are starting to improve, it masks a lot of deep problems for a lot of families in this country. And what the president is committed to is making sure that we pass this plan and get help to those families that still need it.
All right. Bharat Ramamurthy from the National Economic Council. We appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.